Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Andrew, and welcome back to Sports but Casually. And welcome back to week 5 of my NBA news and update series. So, I think we're all kind of familiar about this now. I'll be covering big headlines, my players of the week, current standings. But first, I'm about to give you guys my injury report. So, just to recap, week 5 will be from January the 17th to January the 23rd. And all players in green in this injury report will be from reports from previous weeks. With that out the way, let's move on to our big headlines of the week. Firstly, there were only about 46 games played this week. That's because 7 of them were postponed due to health and safety protocols. And I would leave a list of the postponed games up on the screen right about now. Secondly, on the 21st of January, the NBA postponed the Wizards versus Bucks game that was slated for the 22nd of January. This marks the 6th consecutive game of the Wizards that has been postponed due to health and safety protocols. They haven't played a game since January the 11th. And if something isn't done about their scheduling of games after they get enough players to come back and play, they might have to play a total of about 41 games in about 67 days, which is insane. Now, on the 18th of January, Cavs player Kevin Porter Jr. apparently blew up in the locker room after he found out that his locker was taken over by newly acquired Taurean Prince. Apparently, they moved his locker down to the lower end area where more bench players play, and he threw a fit and threw food, apparently. Some real J.R. Smith vibes up in that locker room. And he got in an altercation with the GM, I believe, and the coach, which ultimately led to him being traded to the Houston Rockets on the 22nd for a second round pick. Porter Jr., as you know, has not played at all this season due to personal reasons. I believe with some mental health issues he's been going through. I just personally hope that he works out whatever he's going through. And finally, on the 23rd of January, Steph Curry passed Reggie Miller for second all-time on the NBA's career three-pointers made list. He now only trails Ray Allen, and he becomes the fastest player in NBA history to record 2,500 three-pointers made. Congratulations, Steph. And now for my conference players of the week. Of course, starting with the Eastern Conference. And this week, I'm going to give it to Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Embiid has been dominant and clearly an early MVP favorite. His jumper is finally falling and he is dominating on both ends of the floor. In the 3 games he played this week, he scored almost 38 points a game, about 2 assists, almost 12 rebounds, a steal and a block per game, while shooting just a bit above 61% from the field and about 44% from 3 on about 3 attempts per game. Moving on to my Western Conference Player of the Week, I was really torn. I could have given it to Nikola Jokic or Donovan Mitchell, and then also there was LeBron James, but mainly Jokic and Mitchell I was tied between giving it to. But I'm going to go with Nikola Jokic as my Western Conference Player of the Week. In the 4 games Jokic played this week, he scored about almost 31 points a game, a little above 7 assists, and 14.5 rebounds, almost getting 2 steals a game as well. He's shooting about 54% from the field, and just close to 31% from 3 on about 3 attempts per game. However, what is concerning is his 4 turnovers that he averaged per game this week. However,
He went against some good defenses, and he's have to carry such a big offensive load that some turnovers are to be expected.
Moving on to my rookies of the week, starting again with the Eastern Conference. And I'm going to give it to Cole Anthony of the Orlando Magic. I know what you're thinking. His stats aren't impressive. How is he my pick? Well, I can answer that in three parts. One, there wasn't really a good suitable option in the Eastern Conference this week. Two, he's been really improving since he became the starter, of course, when Fultz went down. His shooting percentage is slowly increasing, and also he's limiting his turnovers. And he's only going to continue to get better and better now that the Magic are getting back some players off of injury reserve. And three, he had a sick game winner over the Timberwolves, so kind of had to give it to him. In the 3 games he played this week, he averaged almost 31 minutes. Only a little above 9 points a game, 2 assists, and almost 6 rebounds a game. Also averaged 1 block and shot 38.5% from the field, which of course isn't impressive. But he did shoot almost 67% from 3. Now for my Western Conference Rookie of the Week, and I'm going to give it to Jayshawn Tate of the Houston Rockets.
Tate, the undrafted rookie from the 2018 class, found himself playing big minutes this week due to multiple injuries, and he did not disappoint. He plays bigger than his 6'4" size, and he's always a presence in the paint both offensively and defensively, as he is very good driving to the lane and getting some layups. If he develops his outside shot just a little bit more, he can be an even bigger asset for this young Rockets team. In the games he played this week, he averaged around 30 minutes per game, almost 10 points, about 5 rebounds, a block a game, while shooting 62% from the field and 50% from 3.
Now, lastly, let's get to the conference standings from each conference, starting with the East, moving on to the West, and see how your team did this week. Did they go up? Did they go down? Or did they just stay the same? Let me know in the comments below. And that's about it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the content, and hope these videos are helping you get a little more caught up of what's going on in the world of NBA basketball. Hopefully this week I might be dropping an NFL video talking about Deshaun Watson and his time with the Houston Texans. Hopefully later on this week. But of course, you'll see me next week for my Week 6 NBA news and updates part of this series. Thank you all so much again. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll leave a link to all my playlists below in the description. And I will see you next week.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.